Right, we're going to be doing the solid geometry of the cylinder over here. As I say, fourth time lucky. I have got this thing set at that 30-degree angle. I'm going to come across to this point A over here, and I'm going to draw in some center lines with a 0.3 pencil. Long dash, short dash, 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 long dash over there. Turn that round, do a center line coming down over here. Long dash, short dash, 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 long dash over there. And I now take my pair of compasses. They are set to a radius of 25 millimeters. There we go, and pop it at that point A, and you're going to draw in a nice circle coming around, make that nice and dark. Let's do it one last time, coming around like that. There we go, and I can now draw in some lines coming off the circumference over there, going off in the direction of the front view of this object. What I've drawn over here, they call this the auxiliary view. I'm now going to draw in an XY axis with my 0.3 pencil. Let's just find my 0.3 pencil. There we go. And about 10 millimeters away. There we go. XY axis. Label it X and Y. Note I changed my pencil over there to a slightly thicker lead so it doesn't break. Right, the next thing is I'm going to break this circle up into 12 equal parts. Okay, so take your set square, line going straight up like that. Take your T-square, line going across like that. Take the 60-degree, take a line going out like that. Take the 30-degree and take a line going down like that. Right, once I've done that, I'm going to label this with a number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and I'm now going to take a line going over here, and just a line coming down like that. And I'm going to label this point over here number 1, and this point over here number 7. Those are those 2 points coming up here. I'm now going to take lines coming off from these points over here. So 8 and 6 going up there, 5 and 9 going up there, 10 and 4 going on that center line over there, 11 and 3 over there, and 2 and 12 over there. Right, and now I'm going to label these points over here. I have got 2 and 12 over there. I have got 11 and 3 over here. I have got 10 and 4 over here. I have got 9 and 5 over here, and I've got 8 and 6 over here. Now that would be a flat disc, okay? But I don't have a flat disc, I have a cylinder, which says that it is 60 millimeters away. So I'm just going to take a pair of dividers, and I'm going to measure off 60 millimeters. There we go, 60 millimeters. Pop that onto that center line over there. Always measure off that center line. It's a really good reference for doing this. And I need to just take my set square and draw in a nice dark line coming down like that. And draw these lines in, going out from there to there, and from there to there, showing the edges of the cylinder. Right, okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to label this 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash, 8 dash, 9 dash, 10 dash, 11 dash, and 12 dash. Right, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come across to this side and I'm going to call that 1 dash, 12 dash, and 2 dash, 11 dash, and 3 dash, 10 dash, and 4 dash, 9 dash, and 5 dash, 8 dash, and 6 dash, and 7 dash. Right, sounds quite musical. Right, the idea is that I've named all these points along here with just plain numbers. I've named all of these points along here with a different name. That is 1 dash. It's not the same as 1. Okay, right, the next thing is they have asked us to take information. This is our top view over here, and they're wanting you to draw a front view and a left view. Right, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to draw in a XY axis coming across here. And I'm going to label that XY axis straight away. X and Y, note block capitals, not crazy cursive or anything funny like that. Right, I'm going to put myself in the picture. There is me. I'm looking across from here. I'm looking at the front view in this direction. What can I see? I can see the surface over here, and I'll be able to see part of that surface over there, and part of these numbers over here. Right, so first of all, I'm going to transfer all of these numbers up into this drawing over here. And I'll be able to see that disk in front of me. So here we go. Let's take lines going up from these points up into that view over there. Right, there we go. All of those points going up there. I've missed one over here. Let's just take that up as well. Right, once I've got that, I'm going to come in over here and I'm going to say, right, there is number 1 going up to the XY axis, so that distance from 1 to the XY axis, and you'll see that it's the same as the distance from 7 to the XY axis. I'm going to find number 1 over here, come up over here, pop that on there, and label it straight away with a, that is a number 1 over there, and I'm going to take a line coming across over here. Let's just use a different color. There we go. That blue line over there, this is a construction line that I've got over there, and this point over here would be 7. You'll note that that distance over here from XY axis to the 1 is the same as the distance from XY axis to 7. Come up over here, there is number 1 going across to number 7. Same distance from the XY axis in this. Right, I'm going to take number 2 and number 6. They are both the same distance, so I'm going to measure off from where 2 is, 2, and a line coming across to where 6 is. Let's just take that across, and I have got a 2, 2, and a 6 over there. Right, I'm going to then look for number 3, 3, and 5 over there. Come over here, there is number 3, take it up over here, new XY axis, there it is, that is number 3, and I can take that across over here, and I'll be able to find number 5. There is number 5 over there. The last number that I'm going to take is number 4 over here. Number 4, from the XY axis, there is number 4, and I can label that number 4. Note, putting the labels in, very, very, very important. You'll also note that this thing is symmetrical around this axis. So that distance is the same as that distance. This distance over here is the same as that distance over there, etc. So I can use this line over here, and I can transfer these points over here. From there, swing that round, mark that off. From there, from 3, swing that round, mark that off. From 4, swing that round and mark that off. 5, swing that round and mark it off. 6, swing it round and mark it off. Obviously, you need to have worked very, very accurately so that you get those points, the original points, in exactly the right places. Okay, once I've got that, I can now go. Okay, I've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be point number 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if you look over here, number 4 is closest to the XY axis. Number 4 is closest to the XY axis. Number 10 is furthest from the XY axis. Number 10 is furthest from the XY axis. Right, once I've got that, I'm going to put some feathering in between these points over here so that we can draw this in. little dots going around. Just make little dots as fast as you can. Dot, 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 dot. Coming around over here, getting that all beautifully done. There we go. Coming around over there. And I can see that face, so I'm going to draw that in dark over here. Draw that in beautifully, coming around. There it goes. Now I would normally take this page off the board and draw this thing. It's a little bit easier if you take it off the board and you're able to draw these arcs a whole lot more easily. I'm going as best I can. Right, there we go. There's my my story over here. Let's just get that a little bit smoother over there. Right. I'm now going to try to get these numbers into this story over here. To do that, I'm going to take lines coming across over here from all of these points. Lines coming across over there. There we go. And once I've got that, I'm going to take lines going up over here from these points over here. There is 1 and 7. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Right, you should see that there's a nice little grid over here that you can then mark off very quickly all of these points coming around over here. There we go, going down. Okay, right, let's have a look at this. There is number 7 over there. 7 dash. Note, it's not just point number 7, it's 7 dash. This is number 1 dash over there. I now need to have a look. What is closest to the XY axis? We said that it was 4. 4 dash. Okay, 4 dash, so find 4 dash over here. This point over here will be 4 dash over here. And what was furthest? That would be 10 dash over there. Okay, so I've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash, 8 dash, 9 dash, 10 dash, 11 dash, 12 dash over there. Right, I want you to just look at this idea. I'm obviously going to be able to see this edge over here, which would come around. That would be this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll be able to see that. The other stuff is going to be in hidden detail, and you'll see that very, very clearly in a few seconds once I start drawing this thing. And you will be able to see the idea of where you're standing and why it needs to be dark and hidden detail in other places. Right, there we go. There's my feathering done. I'm going to be able to see this part over here, coming around like that. Okay, I'm going to draw a line coming across. There is the edge. Okay, there is an edge over there. And you'll see that I have got this part done in dark. Why? Because that part is behind on the other side, and that would be done in hidden detail over here, going up over there. Doing hidden detail as beautifully as you can on that feathering line. Right, the next thing that they ask you to do is to draw a left view. I'm going to take a line coming down over here, as fast as I can. Line coming down. And I label that with an X and a Y. X and a Y over here. I'm going to draw a 45-degree line coming down over here. Just a construction line coming down over there, 45 degrees, and I can now put myself in the picture again. What am I going to be able to see from the left-hand side? Again, I'm able to see that face over there, so I'm going to transfer all of these numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, across over here, not the dashes, okay? So let's take that across into this drawing. Let's take that across here from these points to that 45, from this to the 45, from that to the 45, take that to the 45, take that across to the 45. Oh my goodness, and there we go, keep on going, keep on going. I would highly recommend that you use color when you're doing this. It really helps you to identify what it is that you are seeing, and it just will help you to do things without making little mistakes. So take those lines up from that 45 over there. There we go. And now I'm going to take these points across over here into the drawing, and you'll start seeing a grid developing over there. Taking that across, taking that across, taking that across, and taking that across over there. And you'll see that I have got a beautiful little grid that is happening over here. There we go. Sorry, that starts down at the bottom there. There we go, 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 there we go. And I'm now going to do feathering between those points over there. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Right. Note this. This point number 1 is furthest away from the XY axis. No, it's closest to the XY axis. Closest to the XY axis. So let's just have a look at this. I'm going to take a measurement over here. There is number 1. Okay, find number 1, bring it across over here, and there would be number 1. Can you see how number 1 links up with that over there? So I have got a number 1 over here. You'll see that number 7 is furthest from the XY axis over here, and if you look at it, there is number 7, which is furthest from the XY axis over there. Right. This point over here will be number 4. This point over here will be number 10. I've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, and number 12 over here. Right, you are then going to draw in this beautiful curve coming around like this. Tick, 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 tick. Why am I drawing this in dark? Well, this is the part that I'm able to see. Let's draw that around as fast as I can, following that feathering that I've got there. That's done. Okay, the next thing is to look at this surface over here. Note, I am standing on this side of it. That is on the other side. I need to see part of it, but there's going to be part that I cannot see. Right, so I need to take, note, change of color. I'm going to use this pink over here. Take that across from these points over here. There we go. As I say, the 2 colors will help you to identify what it is that you are transferring, and it will help you to get these points in the right places. Okay, I've got pink coming across here. Right, so I've got a pink line which is going to come up over here. That is 0.7's pink line. This over here is 0.8 over there. Okay, 8 and 6. This over here is 0.9 and whatever it is. This over here is 0.10 and whatever that is. That over there, that over there, and that over there. And I now come in over here. There is 0.1 dash over there. I have got this point down at the bottom over here, which is 4 dash over here. Go right up to the top over here. That would be 10 dash over there. Come right the way across to this side, and I've got 7 dash over there. And I will then be able to put these points in over here, coming around. There is that point over there, that point over there, that point over there, that point over there, coming around, coming down over here, there, there. And I can now do this feathering coming around like this. Tick, 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 tick. Coming around into this. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, tick, tock, 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 tock. Bing, 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 bing. Smack, 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 smack. Coming around. There There we go. Going. Right, and once I've done that, well, I'm going to draw a line coming across over here. There is an edge over there going between 4 and 4 dash. An edge going there between 10 and 10 dash. You are obviously going to be able to see this. This is an edge coming around like that. As fast as I can. Round. And then this part over here is going to be hidden detail. All right. You will then be able to get all of these marks for this thing. Right, there we go. That is that drawing done.